Hey guys, welcome back. Today I'm going to be making some coffee shelves for my wife to store all of her coffee stuff above the espresso machine and coffee maker. But these shelves are a little bit more unique because I'm actually going to be showing you guys the entire process it took to make these shelves today. I cut down the tree myself, milled the wood, and dried it out. Now that the wood's cured, I'm going to jump into creating these shelves today. So I hope you guys enjoy the entire process. I'll speed through this really quick so I can get into actually making the shelves. Alright, so fast forwarding 9 months, and now it is fully dry, ready to work, and this wood has only been rough sawn on a mill, so I need to send this through the planer, not just to smooth it out, but also make sure that the thickness is set all the way across the same thickness, and that's what this planer is going to do. I'm going to have to send it through several times. This board is a little bit thicker than I want it to be anyways, so this will shave off about 1/8 of an inch each time I send it through. So if you're wondering what type of wood this came from a southern sweet gum tree. They're a pain in the butt to have in the yard, but they're actually beautiful wood. But it's not really used that much anymore. It used to be used in construction, framing for houses and such, but now I haven't heard of anybody actually using this wood. It's really fun to work with and it's beautiful. So I'm excited to start using this wood up and using it for different projects. It's harder than a pine, softer than oak for sure, but it's really fun to work with. A quick tip: if you have a lot of sawdust in your shop like this from woodworking, it's great to add this into your soil in your garden. It will loosen up the soil and allow it to absorb moisture better. It also decomposes well and adds nutrients back into the soil, and my planer specifically has really big shavings like this that works well for a mulch over top of the garden just to keep weeds from growing and hold the moisture in the soil better. Back to making the shelves, I'm going to be using these brackets to hold up the shelves. The shelf is a little too thick right now, so I'm going to take it over to my table saw and trim it down to size. Next, I'll be cutting the length with my chop saw. Then I'll hit this with the sander real quick because even though this has gone through the planer, it still could use a good sanding to smooth everything out. I'm going to take my 45-degree angle router bit and just shave off the corners to smooth it down a little bit so it's not as sharp if you bump into the edges, and it adds a really nice finish to it as well. To finish this off, I'm going to be adding a Butcher Block oil and stain on this, which is meant for kitchens and used around food, so that's good. It will be in the kitchen. We're not using these shelves specifically for food or eating off of it or anything like that, but it doesn't hurt to be extra safe. So I'm going to be adding this on. This will darken the wood, but still show the grain through, and it'll look very natural with that wood underneath. Looks beautiful. I'm loving how this wood looks once we add that stain on there. For this stain that I'm using, I'm going to let this sit and soak into the wood for a little while, then come back with a rag and just wipe off the excess once it's dried or soaked into the wood a little bit more. Now the last step is mounting these shelves to the wall. This is pretty simple and easy to do, really, especially if you're doing it over a window like this. I'm putting it right into the molding, so all I'm doing is pre-drilling a hole and then putting the screws in. Once you have the first bracket in, it's really easy to check the level. You just hold the shelf up there watching the level. Once you're in the right place, just quickly mark the holes where you need to pre-drill. Then once you screw the bracket in, you know for sure it's going to be level. That way you use the first bracket you attach as a guide for the second one. And I'm going to repeat that same step. We're going to put one more shelf up above this one. Alright guys, that just about finishes up the video for today. Hope you enjoyed this one. If you did, hit that like button down below and don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you have not already. If you're interested in seeing more at length on those videos of cutting the tree down, milling the lumber, and drying it out, I'll leave a link to those videos at the end of this one. I want to give a big shout out to all my supporters on Patreon. Your support is helping me create more videos like this one. And I also want to give a thank you to Woodland Mills for sending over this really cool care package, one of the best ones that I've seen, and I really appreciated it. They sent over a really nice fleece jacket, some iron-on patches with their brand on it, and then a cool tumbler as well. Thanks so much for watching, guys. I'll see you in the next one.